You want me to put it on Holistic Harmony, this one?
Please.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just. 1 second.
All right, well, welcome. We are excited that you are here today. We're going to be talking today about immune recovery and really looking at autoimmunity, why it happens, those kinds of things. We want to really break it down so it's really simple to understand. So when you think of autoimmune, what are some of the things that come to mind? If you have something to share, just go ahead and unmute yourself and just shout it out. Nobody?
A lot of times, pain. I think of pain and your body's just trying to take over and do things it shouldn't do. That's what I think of.
Like achy muscles, maybe swelling, redness, trouble concentrating sometimes, fatigue. Sometimes we get like numbness and
foggy brain.
Say that again.
Numbness and tingling.
Yeah, numbness and tingling, hands or feet. Sometimes it's gobs of hair, right? Hair loss. We see sometimes rashes on the skin. Sometimes it comes in the form of diarrhea and constipation and a little bit of both all in one day. And we think of sometimes flare-ups, right? That's what autoimmunity kind of reminds us of, right? So our objective today is really to get a better understanding of autoimmune and then find the best ways to soothe it for our own peace and longevity. So if you think about, like, what if we could actually support the body to stop being so overreactive to the things that it shouldn't be reacting to, so that it can support the true function of the actual immune system, which is to identify, right, protect, and then eliminate threats, real threats, not your own tissue, right? So we have found a way to help several people soothe their immunity and naturally recover their health, and we're going to actually be sharing some of those here today with you. So what is autoimmune condition? Autoimmunity is actually a disease or condition in which your own immune system mistakenly attacks your own body. So the immune system normally guards against germs like bacteria, viruses, and when it senses something that's a foreign invader, it sends out its army to and its fighter cells to attack those things that are a threat. And normally, the immune system can determine the difference between something that's a foreign cell and then your own cell. But in an autoimmune body, the immune system actually makes mistakes, and mistakes part of your own tissue, like maybe your joints, your thyroid, your skin, your bowel, and then it releases proteins called autoantibodies that actually attack your healthy cells. And some of those autoimmune diseases target only one organ, like, for example, damage to the pancreas in type 1 diabetes, right? And then also too, we have something like lupus, whereas lupus is something that affects the entire body. So we could have multi-systems that are affected, and it can move. So 1 month it might be the skin, the next month it might be a liver, the next month it might be a kidneys, you know, or whatever. It could be all of those all in 1 month. So it kind of just depends. So lupus is one that's very much so like all over the place. So how many of you are battling a autoimmune disorder? In the chat below, type what kind that you've dealt with or what kind you suspect and how long you've been actually dealing with it. And then I'm going to ask if we can agree that the human body is a very extraordinarily and totally capable being of healing itself when it's actually given the right set of tools. And so we have different viewpoints when we look at Eastern versus Western. Now they both have significance in the body and in our lives, right? But they look at things completely differently. When we look at Western medicine, they're focused more on finding out, okay, yes, we have antibodies. Okay, how do we suppress the immune system? And that's basically how they deal with the disorder, whereas Eastern medicine looks for the root cause of the issue, finding out why is the immune system overactive? Why would your body turn on itself? What is happening? What are some of the reasons that this is going on? So in that regard, we're looking for possible causes, right? So there's several reasons that this can happen, and inflammation triggers certain things can trigger the body and keep your immune system on alert, even if it's only perceived, even if it's not even a real threat. Your body is like, whoa, invader, let's get it, you know, and that can come from different things like foods, medication, stress, organ damage, and then real life pathogens. So sometimes and type 1 diabetes is a classic example. A virus comes into the body, attacks, the body makes antibodies, and now it's attacking the threat plus the pancreas. And so then we end up with young kids who have type 1 diabetes and those kinds of things. So there's a lot of different key components at play, and this is where we can get into a lot of, well, maybe it's this and maybe it's that, maybe it's this and maybe it's that, because there are so many things involved with immunity and the immune system. So there was a study done on the Western diet, which is another suspected risk for developing an autoimmune disorder. When we eat high fat, high sugar, highly processed foods, it's thought to be linked to inflammation, which sets off our immune response. And when that is constantly going and we're constantly feeding ourselves that high processed Western diet, our body doesn't know when to calm down. And then it leads us to autoimmune disorder, and we open up the door for a whole bunch of other problems. Now, according to a Healthline study in 2015, they focused on a theory called the hygiene hypothesis. And I thought this was very interesting. So because we have a lot of vaccines, because we use a lot of antiseptics, our children today are not exposed to as many germs as they were in the past. Therefore, they lack their own herd immunity, and exposure to certain substances lowers their actual immune response. And then that can lead to, when they do see something that their body's not used to, they tend to overreact because they're not used to fighting anything. They don't have to. And so that's leading to a lot of our autoimmune disorder as well. And that's the hypothesis that they came up with. So now there's over 200 different autoimmune disorders, and usually when one is involved, we sometimes bring on a few other friends with it, because that's just kind of how the body's set up. It's set up to overreact, so it starts overreacting to more and more and more and more. And so some of the most common ones that we see are type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis is a couple different names for it, lupus, inflammatory bowel disease, we have Hashimoto's, and we have celiac disease. So this is our friend Monica. We met Monica through her husband Rad. So Dena introduced me and Monica and Rad together, and Monica's husband brought her to me because she was just absolutely experiencing agony all the time. So Monica was very young. She was in her late, like mid-late 30s, experiencing fibromyalgia so bad it kept her from doing the things that she loved, pretty much bedridden. She'd experience excruciating pain from her muscles if she'd just even move a teeny little bit. She had tried several different holistic practices, Western methods, trying to control her discomfort. And that fiery sensation that she had all the time in her muscles. And she'd get a little bit relief, but not a whole lot, nothing that was really making significant change for her. Her husband would have to pick her up, take her to the bathroom, pick her back up, put her back to bed. And she's like, you know, I've got 3 little kids at home. I want to be that amazing mom and wife, but how am I supposed to show up for them when I can't even move, you know? And then, you know, you imagine how you would feel in that kind of position where you're in so much pain, you feel confined to a bed, and it increases that feelings of feeling like lost, hopeless, inadequate, anxious, depressed, you know? And so what we did was we discovered that Monica had a wheat sensitivity, and she was also massively depleted and in desperate need of a liver cleanse. So we got her started on that straight away on a regimen that was designed specifically for her body's needs. And within a week, she was up at the gym. Now, in this picture right here, you see her in a Spartan race. Okay, this girl has run Spartan races. I don't know what they do. It's like an obstacle course, run, walk, crawl, tire, whatever. Like, it is insane how they're made like this insanely difficult obstacle course. She does these every single year, sometimes twice a year. When you look at her, you would never ever know that she had autoimmune disorder. She's doing phenomenal. And then the wonderful thing is she is just an absolute stellar community influencer and helps to empower other women to take control of their health naturally as well. So she loves to complete those races with her friends and family, and that's just phenomenal. This was something she wouldn't have done had we not met her. So there's several different organs and glands that are involved with your immunity. Okay, so you have mucous membranes. So like in your nose, that's part of your immune system to keep your body's whatever could be threatening in that area. You have your thymus gland, which is about right here in the chest. You have bone marrow. So in your long bones, you have bone marrow that helps to make your immune cells. You have secondary lymphatic tissue. You have the spleen, also making cells for you, filtering and that kind of stuff. You have tonsils. So part of the lymphatic system, the vessels, the nodes, those kinds of things, it helps to contain certain threats so that if it does come in through your mouth, it gets contained right here and it doesn't go down any further and pose more threats for your body. So back in the day, you know, we used to all get our tonsils taken out. Oh, yeah, you've got swollen tonsils. Okay, just take those out. You don't need those anymore. Well, it kept it from going any further. So if you had your tonsils out, now you have more risk for getting something in the lung.
Mine's grew back.
Your tonsils grew back?
Yeah, and that does happen. Yeah.
I found out when I went to go for surgery, they put the tube down through my neck to see if there was any blockages. And then he's like, your tonsils are swollen. This was before surgery. And I was like, I don't have tonsils. I had them out back in almost 1996, 98.
Oh.
And he's like, well, nope, they're there. And so they did grow back.
Wow, that's crazy.
So now I have tonsils again right now.
Probably a good thing. Then you keep it from going any further, which is awesome. And then we have the skin and we have the liver as well. So let's talk a little bit about toxicity and deficiency. So these are super important to correct. And why is because when a deficient body is present, when we have deficiencies, when we have an overabundance of toxicity, your body can't function normally. And so then we run into a whole bunch of problems. So I want you to think of something like, look at this picture. Now imagine holding on to all of the plastic containers. Okay, maybe just a little piece of them. All the different plastic containers you have drank out of your entire life. Somewhere they're deposited. Obviously not the entire container, right? And this is only the plastic that you've drank out of. This isn't all the toxins that you've been exposed to, not including the thousands of other chemicals that we're exposed to every single day. But the plastic is a great example because it it may interfere with the normal functions. It does things that are really wonky in the body. It sends like loud messages to your hormones and signals your hormones to do things that they're not supposed to do. It interferes with your ability to detoxify your body. It interferes with elimination, and it also can change your neurological functions. And so plastics and other debris that are toxic to us are such a humongous issue. I found, like Dena and I have been doing this for a really, really long time. I've been helping, one of my favorite things is to help people with autoimmune disorder, help recover their health. I'm going to tell you a little bit about a story of somebody that I did help, and it was just absolutely amazing. But picture going to your computer, okay, and you desperately need to use your computer. Your computer is your body. Okay, but you can't even get to it because there's like piles of junk all over it. There's trash everywhere. Would you then consider your computer useful and effective? No, right? You can't even get to it. So the toxicity is the same way. Our liver is not effective if it's completely bombarded and cluttered with toxins. It gets tired, it gets sluggish, and we totally feel it. How many of you have ever felt tired and sluggish? Right? Yeah, we get angry more often. We slow way down, like we feel like we're in like the time warp. Woo, you know, what is that show? There was like a show, The Twilight Zone. Like you feel like you're Twilight Zone, you know. We ache more. We can't think clear. We don't sleep well, and we're short fused. We're like less tolerable to everything that's around us, right? Our friends, our family, our coworkers, the environment. In the chat box, type which one of these things that you notice creeping up on you. Now, have you ever suddenly noticed that you developed allergies to like pollens, or the seasons are now affecting you? Does that happen?
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. So now, in order for your body to soothe itself and calm that overactive immune system, we need to remove those things that cause triggers. Now, we have like a little, in doTERRA, we use this wonderful model because we really want to reduce that toxic load, which we just talked about. We want to do rest and manage our stress, because stress causes our certain organs and glands and processes in the body to go into like sleep mode, which is not ideal. If you and it makes you age more faster, and that's not ideal for you either, right? We want to age slower. We want to feel better. We want to have more energy, those kinds of things. And so managing our stress and getting the rest that we need is key. Exercise is helpful because it removes waste from your body and helps you eliminate. You've got these little pumps in your legs that pump blood back up through the body. That also includes your lymphatic system, and your lymphatic system's amazing for getting rid of waste. But when it's slushy and backed up, nothing's moving anywhere, and then you feel like, oh, why do my legs feel thick? Ooh, why do my arms feel like they're puffy? So you start to notice those kinds of things. So moving more, sweating, that's all going to help benefit your body. Eating right is 80% of it. If we're constantly putting in those processed foods in our body, we call them frankenfoods, our body doesn't even recognize them. How are you going to heal? What fuel are you going to get in order to help your body restore, rebuild, and repair? You're probably not, right? So one thing I want to mention, you really cannot detoxify your liver without the proper nutrients. So let's take a look at what is needed in order to get rid of all those plastic containers you've been carrying around. So to get rid of pollutants, contaminants, pesticides, drugs, alcohol, food additives, metabolic end products, and all microorganisms that you've been exposed to, we definitely need some fat soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. We need vitamin C, we need calcium, we need antioxidants, we need B vitamin complex, we need powerful antioxidant called glutathione. We need detoxifying herbs and spices, things like milk thistle, turmeric, dandelion, and ginger. Now, guess what comes in your lifelong vitality? All that goodness. So you're helping your body detoxify by providing it with what it needs in order to get through these 2 phases of the liver. You also need amino acids. You need magnesium, more B and C just to get to phase 2, more glutathione, choline, sulfur. Now you can get some of these in, you know, your eggs, fish, gelatin, bone broth, and some of your veggies and stuff as well. But this is going to be with all the people that me and Dena and Darla have been able to help, Marina too, it's really hard to do without this. There's powerful benefits in this lifelong vitality. One of the people I was able to help, this is Ginger. Ginger was suffering with horrible joint aches and pains. She had rheumatoid arthritis, high cholesterol, allergies, hypothyroidism. So she had Hashimoto's as well. She had plantar fasciitis. She was pre-diabetic, 60 pounds overweight. She was a hot mess. And just, you know, she loved to walk the mall with her family. She loved to garden. She loved to sew, do woodworking. She couldn't do any of that anymore. She had given all that up for like 8 years. We determined the majority of her inflammation was coming from a certain food. We balanced her body with high quality supplements. Now she was already on high quality supplements, and Monica was also on high quality supplements, but they weren't getting the relief that they needed. Once we switched them over to that lifelong vitality, oh my goodness, like night and day. Now in the process of helping Ginger, she also dropped 60 pounds. She now lives the life she wants. She can sew, she can woodwork, she can walk the mall. In fact, like she'd garden all the time. She's just amazing, lived a completely different life. And what's funny is I asked her, I said, you know, what do you think your life would be like had we not introduced you to doTERRA and some of the amazing essential oil products that you've been using for your immune system? She's like, you know, and tears started coming down. She goes, I honestly think I would be bedridden in a nursing home somewhere because I was in so much pain and I did not know what I was doing to my body and I did not know how to fix it. And now, total 180. So it's been absolutely amazing. You can naturally offer your body a daily detox with lemon essential oil in your water. So you take a glass of water, you can see the lemon on the top there. It doesn't mix well with water. Oil and water don't mix, but it'll sit there on the top. And as you sip it, you're getting a daily cleanser to help to remove some of those toxins that have built up in your system. I love the citrus oils for this reason. And if you don't like lemon, don't worry. We have like 5 other citrus oils that you can use that do the exact same thing. We have wild orange, tangerine, lime. Lime is my favorite. We have grapefruit. And what those do is those go through your body and look for all the deposits of the chemicals that you've taken on throughout your life, and it binds to them and then flushes them out. So this is a very, very key oil that we like to use on a daily basis for that. We also like to restore the gut and support digestion. And so this GX Assist helps to remove all the things that are bad in the gut, because we do know, studies have shown that when we have an autoimmune disorder, it almost always goes back to a leaky gut issue. And so when we tackle the leaky gut issue and we cleanse the body of all the bad stuff that does not belong there, all those pathogens and unfriendly things that we talked about, and then we re-inoculate the gut with good probiotics. So this is a prebiotic with a probiotic. These are specifically designed, you see the capsule here. Most probiotics that you take, I don't care how awesome they say they are, majority of them die before they even get into your gut. They die right here in the esophagus. These are designed in a dual capsule. So one part breaks off and then you have another capsule that deposits it into the gut. So this gets to where it needs to go so that it can inoculate your gut with the good stuff. And that's what has been such a key with being able to help the people that we've been able to help, is getting their gut restored to where it's going to be beneficial flora for their immunity. And having like in the whole leaky gut process, when you're putting in foods that are not right for your body, that are inflammatory, it's like taking a gun and blowing holes in your gut. So you've got this hose that goes from hole to hole, right? And there's lots of processes that happen in that hose. So imagine eating the wrong things that blow holes in your gut, and now you have these proteins leaking into your bloodstream where they do not belong. Those proteins trigger your immune response constantly. So if you're eating a food like wheat or corn or soy that's not good for you on a regular basis, you're just blowing more holes in your gut, causing more inflammatory processes and adding to your autoimmune disorder. So a lot of times we can determine what it is that your body is sensitive to, that might be the issue, and then we go in and we help your body repair itself by adding in these amazing things. Dena, you want to tell us a little bit about Deep Blue?
Yes, I'd love to. And I'd like to say something real quick about the leaky gut. So that's what I had, irritable bowel syndrome and leaky gut, but it was causing me to have adrenal fatigue and all these other things were coming up and lots of aches. And I'm sure if I went through testing, they would have labeled me with one of the autoimmune disorders, whether, lupus, something I just was constant pain and nerve pain. But once I got my gut in order and used the probiotics, the LLV and the GX Assist and Terrazyme, world changer for me, like just amazing world changer. So definitely your gut with autoimmune. My husband has type 1. He had the flu when he was 8 and it attacked his pancreas instead of the flu, and he's type 1 diabetic. And even though he doesn't have a pancreas, using the oils and the vitamins have helped his body maintain regular levels. So, so he's not having lots of drops and highs. And so they definitely help us there. So the Deep Blue comes in a couple different forms. We have a Deep Blue rub, which has a full bottle of the 5 ml Deep Blue oil in it with a lotion, so you can apply it and rub it on areas for pain, muscle discomfort, things like that. It's really good to use before you get in the shower because the heat just drives it further into your muscles and is very comforting. We also have the capsules, which have polyphenols, so that really helps with your inflammation. And those are great to use instead of like a Tylenol or anything like that. And it's not going to be harmful to your organs and your liver. And it works a lot faster as well. You don't have that 30-minute delay that you usually get with like Tylenol. And then we also have it in oil form. So in the oil, you can apply it directly. If you have a lot of pain, a lot of people will put the oil and then put the cream over it. But you can put it directly wherever you have pain or inflammation. And then we have a roller also. So the roller ball we have 2 different oil rollers. We have a Deep Blue Touch, which has coconut oil already mixed in it. And so you can apply that to areas of pain. And then we have one that's just a pure Deep Blue, which you also can roll on it's really good for knee pain, joint pain, things like that. Really helps a lot if you have any sort of the autoimmune that causes you to kind of not be able to open your hand all the way or have that joint. The Deep Blue is amazing at helping us get that ability back to open our hands. I did have a point where my hand wouldn't push all the way down, and using the wintergreen and Deep Blue, I don't have that issue anymore. I don't get the pain in my thumb and my joints that I was getting. So Deep Blue is just awesome. They even have a kids version of Deep Blue, Rescue it's called, that helps with pain also for children, but a game changer for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, a lifesaver for sure. So then we have the powerful Tumeric Duo. Turmeric, however you like to say it. These are some of my most favorite capsules, this and the copaiba. Man, it combines the complementary benefits of both the turmeric essential oil with the powder, the curcuminoids of the extract in a very unique delivery system. So that's going to help with the healthy inflammatory response in the body, and it also helps us fight free radicals a lot better and protect our body from oxidative damage. When looking at the studies, oxidative damage is what causes disease. And so we want to be able to help our own body defend, identify, and remove in the correct fashion. So it makes it more specific for you, which is awesome. And then we have the powerful benefits of copaiba. And copaiba is this is a convenient, easy to swallow soft gel. It supports your cardiovascular system, your immune system, digestive systems, and it's a very powerful antioxidant as well, but it also helps to soothe the nervous system. Now, it also supports the health of the lungs, the respiratory tract, and I always feel like this is such an ideal solution for those types of immune chaos that target many different systems. Can you think of the one, lupus, that is kind of all over the place? You never know where it's going to end up. That is a very, very difficult autoimmune disorder to deal with because you don't know where it's going to attack next. It's kind of like the lurking shark when you're swimming, you know? Yeah. I love to use this Force Blend. My family has had a lot of injuries, pain-related stuff, immune response that we don't like. And so the Force Blend is a great way to have something like in your purse, in your pocket, to help with discomfort, you know, in between whatever regimen that you're on. So it's 7 to 10 drops of turmeric, 7 to 10 of copaiba, 7 to 10 of Siberian fir, 7 to 10 of lemongrass. You can add 5 drops of frankincense to make this more potent if you would like. You don't have to. It's an amazing blend. I've used this post-surgery. We've used this on wisdom teeth removal. We've used it on all kinds of cut scrapes and all kinds of stuff. It's just been absolutely phenomenal for us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then we have different kits that are available. So if you're looking to kind of put it all together, the Healthy Habits kit includes majority of the stuff that we talked about. You would just need to add in your GX Assist and your turmeric and copaiba, or you know, you're always welcome to build your own kit. This doTERRA makes it very, very easy to get a wholesale account. It's kind of like shopping at Costco. You pay $35 for membership, and then you can shop those discount prices for 1 full year. And it's very inexpensive to renew, and they even give you a free peppermint oil, which is awesome. So that literally is like $4 for you, which is great. And you can, I mean, we absolutely want to invite you to take control of your health. If you're ready to help soothe your immune system, get with the person that invited you to this call. If you don't have a person, Dena and I can totally help you. We'd like to help you discover a powerful way to soothe your immune functions naturally. The smarter option for your body plus your budget, okay? I do have a special gift for you for being on here. I have an Autoimmune Support Tools PDF file, which is a 4-month system to help you plan better and be smarter about tackling and supporting your immune system. I've not had anybody not respond well to this, which is great. And Marina raised her hand. Go ahead, Marina.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was responding, like raising my hand that I wanted the PDF.
You're awesome. All right. So yeah, go ahead and just type in the box below that you want it, and then I'll get it to you. Thank you. And if you would like to set up an appointment with Dena or I, let us know. Here's our phone numbers here. Send us a text. Let us know that you would like some help and some support, and we will get that going for you.
Yes.
And we can open it up to any questions if anybody has questions.
Dena, I invited a guy named Joe tonight. He wasn't feeling good, but he's in a lot of pain, and he has lupus.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me, he was a guy who came and put in a concrete slab for me, and I was noticing that his skin was really red, and I thought, oh wow, it's really hot today. You should have used some sunscreen. He goes, no, I have lupus. That's just from my lupus. But he's tired. He's in a lot of pain. I thought this class would be great for him, but he didn't end up coming today. So I thought maybe if I can call him and set up a one-on-one and maybe share this with him. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be available for you to share by tomorrow.
He did mention that he's refusing to take any prescriptions. He just doesn't want to put in prescriptions. He wants to do it the natural way.
Awesome. Yeah, we can absolutely set up a time to help him out.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I would appreciate that.
Absolutely. Anybody else have any questions?
If you share with me, Dena, I'll get Aurora a copy.
Which Dena are you talking to, me or Dena Adam?
You know, Dena Woulfe, you're sharing the autoimmune support tools.
Yeah.
I just realized that both of your names is spelled the same and is the same name.
It's funny because like anytime we go anywhere, they'll say Dena, and like we're both like, yeah.
We both look. Neither one of us will respond.
We can call them the two Denas.
Mm-hmm.